My name is Chris, Alberta. People ask me every day, what do you do? And it's an easy answer, but I always wish they'd ask me something a little deeper. Why do you do what you do? I want you to know the real me, the one that my kids know. Not the fancy bios and the news headlines and the TV appearances, but the real inside me, what makes me tick, why my career has kind of gone the way it's gone. My day starts at 4:30 a.m. And I don't need an alarm. I'm just up. I thrive on routine. While most of the world is sleeping, I'm gearing up for another day. My 2 hours, 3 hours before kids have to be up and ready for school is time for emails and time for news, time for research. There is a huge difference between making a great living and making a great impact. And part of the reason my career path has changed so much since my first days is that when you're exposed to the wealthiest clientele, you begin to see patterns forming. And what you see, unfortunately, is that the toolbox for the ultra wealthy is just significantly different for everyday people, people like my parents. We grew up modestly, my brothers and I have 3 younger brothers. My dad was a minister, my mama an author and a homemaker, and they struggled at times, but they never failed to provide love for us. And we grew up watching them work hard. We never went without, so to speak, but they were, in many cases what in my industry some of my colleagues would call the common man. Somebody maybe not really worth digging into and investing their time in because they just don't have a whole lot of money. That term, the common man, that's always driven me crazy because these are the people I grew up around, and many of my friends' parents or factory work, assembly line. There is nothing common about hard work. In fact, it's extraordinary for someone to be in a factory in searing heat and sparks flying everywhere, working a double overtime shift on a holiday to keep their kid in travel hockey, or to make a mortgage payment when things are behind and you could walk away, but you just choose to do the right thing and stick it out. There is nothing common about the people I love working with, and certainly there's nothing common about my parents. So really faced with that decision, it's a binary decision. Do you want to be on private jets working with the richest of the rich and trying to be something you're not, or do you really want to take your skill set once it's been honed this way and apply it to the people right here at home that we love, the people that have shaped us growing up, the people who care about our community? Because in reality, they need access to the same exact toolbox that the Warren Buffetts get and the Park Avenue folks get. Why shouldn't their advice be just as good? So, when my team gets involved, we look at every possible opportunity to have as many guarantees as we possibly can built into a portfolio. How can we succeed wildly relative to what they're used to seeing? And that's really what makes us unique, and really why I feel so strongly about just kind of shouting from the rooftops, this is what we're capable of doing, and this is what you should demand really of your financial professional, because it's there. The wealthy have been doing it for decades while everyone else just kind of meanders along losing money left and right while the advisors get rich. These clients, they trust us to shepherd their funds safely for the next 20, 30, 40 years. It's a huge responsibility. We're able to have a practice here that's small enough to still be a boutique and design things on a case-by-case basis, but large enough to attract the attention and the power and the services of some of the most well-known custodians and plan designers in the country. It's an incredibly, furiously talented team of people who make this collaboration come together. The analysts, the mathematicians, the advisors that work alongside me. By the time the attorneys see it and the accountants punched all the numbers out, and we've tipped every scale and we moved every number infinitesimally, we have it refined. Family is very important to me. These children of mine, they trust me to leave a legacy behind of availability and honor and telling the truth. Someday I hope that they'll run this business of ours and be sitting in the same seat that I'm in. So we want to do everything we can to protect what we're building here. So that's me. We're here where we love it. I have chosen this hometown practice over skyscrapers and charity balls. We believe that we're doing the right thing for people, and we're just extraordinarily proud of the process that we've built here, the team of people that add this symphony of collaboration, as we call it, yields results that we're just so incredibly proud of, and people trust me with their retirement and with the legacy to their kids and their grandkids. That is why I do what I do. That satisfaction that comes from being entrusted with such an incredible responsibility, that's why I do this. I love it.